Hello and welcome to our presentation on Evergreen Natural Markets, our proposal for Evergreen Natural Markets integrating into Arugula Grocers and Acquisitions. We are KSB Acquisition Strategies, and we thank you for the opportunity to present our proposal on how we can assist Evergreen's acquisition and new store integration process with Arugula Grocers. The team consists of 3 individuals with their MBA and 1 individual with a Master's in Analytics, all from the American University Kogod School of Business. From left to right, we have Christian Marshall, who has 10 years experience in root cause analysis, operations planning, and program management. He is talented in leading large teams within multi-layered projects. Secondly, we have Steve Hatterer. He has considerable background in strategic planning with an emphasis on organizational culture and talent development, as well as employee engagement initiatives. Thirdly, Patricia Navala. She has experience in business innovation strategy, including change and process management and program coordinating. And then finally, myself, Charlie Douglas, has 10 years experience in the grocery industry, including a PMP certificate and a black belt in Lean Six Sigma. We bring extensive experience to the Evergreen team. Some of our past consulting engagements in parallel industries include Amazon's acquisition of Whole Foods, Jabs Holdings' acquisition of Panera Bread, and CVS's purchase of Aetna. Our team is well versed in the consumer products and retail industry, and we specialize in post-mergers and acquisition integrations.
The Evergreen Way is a philosophy that Evergreen has used for decades in the acquisition of other local grocers. The Evergreen Way is a philosophy centered around upholding Evergreen's brand of offering high quality, natural and organic foods through its integration model of maintaining local roots. Some of Evergreen's challenges are the Arugula management capabilities, getting Evergreen and Arugula store management to buy into a standardized model, and expanding market footprint beyond its home turf, where normally Evergreen has operated in the Rocky Mountain West and expanding in the Nevada region. Some of the strengths that our team has found that Evergreen has is, again, the Evergreen Way, which has been a proven method. The centralization of standards surrounding all of their stores, so a customer can have the same customer experience in one store as another store. And this also goes with standardized training of all employees, where employees are well versed on local markets, the farms, where produce and the meats are brought in from, as well as the culture where the stores operate in. And then finally, the commitment to local vendors. Some of the weaknesses that have been outlined are the location for Arugula, again, operates outside of the Rocky Mountain West. There have been some notable management differences between Arugula and Evergreen. And then shelf space, the shelf space assignment system, which has shown to be, there has been some conflict surrounding that.
The scope of the project will consist of the appraisal of systems and processes that support Evergreen's acquisition strategy, a SWOT analysis of Evergreen's new store integration process, and the recommendations of integration into Arugula Grocers. KSB's objectives, quite simply, are a 10-week consultant engagement with Evergreen Natural Markets, where we will identify risks associated with Arugula Grocers integration, and we will recommend risk mitigation tactics. We will provide Evergreen management integration support and determine the best approach when considering local produce. Finally, we will deliver a detailed integration plan, all on budget.
Our recommendations are set into 3 sections: risks and mitigations of those risks, integration in a short run and long run, and how we could further maintain the Evergreen way. Some of those risks include distance, buy-in, and shelf space. So with distance, in order to bridge the distance, we suggest that physical training at arugula stores will need to be accomplished in order to fully integrate. In order to address buy-in, we need to have informational interview processes to identify managers that we think could lead on-site training and mentoring in order to successfully integrate. And lastly, to solve our shelf space, we're going with a hybrid approach. So we're going to sell premium shelf space at eye level, and 25% of our shelf space will have no charge. That way we can continue to foster those ties with local communities. In the short run strategy should aim for Evergreen to create a more formal training plan with its new managers, a training program that packages the Evergreen way in a way that is easily digestible at the lowest level. In the long run, Evergreen is, as formerly mentioned, will identify managers that can direct on-site training and mentorship.
Our next 2 slides are going to outline how exactly we at KSB plan on approaching our work with you, Evergreen. Simply put, the 2 pillars of our firm are clear and consistent communication and learning by listening and then asking questions. We're going to start our project in week 1 with a full observational audit of both arugula and Evergreen's point of sale systems. Next, we're going to spend week 2 getting to know your team. We're going to speak with everyone from the CEO all the way down to the store clerks that work in each individual store. We're planning on learning more about the company's culture, management processes, leadership styles, and any opportunities, weaknesses, threats, or challenges that may come out of those conversations. Next, we're going to come back and regroup as a firm. We're going to sit for an entire week and put together our final recommendation, which we're going to propose to you at the beginning of week 4, and spend the rest of that week hammering out any final details. In weeks 5 through 10, we're going to help you devise a communication rollout plan and any other risk mitigation tactics or executional tactics that need to be undertaken. The other important thing to note is how we're going to communicate with you throughout the process. At the start of each week, every Monday, preferably in person, but over the phone if people are remote, we're going to have a strategy session where we're going to let you know everything that we're planning on doing throughout the week and what our objectives for the week are. Then, on Friday of each week, we're going to send you what we see on the next slide, which is an updated project plan, along with a full written report on what we accomplished throughout the week. We believe this is crucial to being transparent and very efficient with our communications.
This slide, which is also in the proposal, just outlines the fees and billing schedule. Typically, the billing schedule will be invoiced, or the fees will be invoiced after we have reached each milestone, broken up into dates. And go.
So in conclusion, to wrap up this entire proposal, we at KSB recognize the strides that Evergreen was able to make, and we also know with a fresh perspective and a thorough analysis that we can help. So updating the point of sale systems to get everyone on the same page will allow Evergreen to comply with 3 of the laws of big data: velocity and value. And that insight will allow us to accurately perform appraisals on Evergreen systems and processes. We will then drill down and do a SWOT analysis of Evergreen's acquisition and integration strategy, assessing their strengths and weaknesses. Evergreen, at the end of our engagement, will have a sound plan of action to integrate arugula grocers. The goal of KSB will be to stay agile throughout this entire process, and we will continuously build and test as we move throughout the engagement. We are happy to continue to support once this engagement ends, and we hope that Evergreen will feel the same way.